Hello everyone, please contact Professor Robert for a sample or a customized paper of the following or any other assignment. PHI-FPX3200, Assessment 5. Tonya's Case. Ethics and Professional Codes. Write a 2 to 3 page paper that examines end-of-life issues in relationship to hospitals, professional ethics, and accrediting bodies. How institutional conceptual frameworks influence ethical decision-making. We wrap things up by exploring institutions and groups designed to help ensure that hospital staff at all levels think and act ethically in caring for patients. Accrediting bodies are oversight agencies charged with performing accreditation of hospitals and helping to establish standards for healthcare delivery. Their aim is to keep the quality of care as high as possible and to make sure the care is delivered ethically. Ethics committees are groups of individuals within hospitals that meet regularly to advise staff on ethically difficult cases and to promote an ethical institutional culture. Demonstration of proficiency. By successfully completing this assessment, you will demonstrate your proficiency in the following course competencies and scoring guide criteria. Competency 2. Apply sound ethical thinking related to a healthcare issue. Demonstrate sound ethical thinking in applying ethical principles and moral theories to a specific case. Competency 3. Analyze ethical issues associated with patient care from the perspectives of various healthcare professionals. Explain professional codes of ethics and apply them into a specific case. Competency 4. Explain the conceptual framework that healthcare leaders use to make ethical decisions. Explain organizational documents like mission and value statements and use them to analyze a case study. Explain the role of accrediting bodies and applies this understanding in analyzing a case study. Competency 5. Communicate in a manner that is scholarly, professional, and respectful of the diversity, dignity, and integrity of others, and is consistent with healthcare professionals. Provides validation and support within written communications by including relevant examples and supporting evidence using APA citations. Produce writing with minimal errors in grammar, usage, spelling, and mechanics. Preparation. Complete the case study. Tonya Archer Media Activity, which is linked later in this assessment. Before you begin creating your submission for this assessment, make sure you have worked through the Tonya Archer case study. This will provide the foundational context for the assessment, for which you will be carrying out independent research by using the internet to complete the following. Identify the professional code of ethics for your professional specialty or specialty that you are interested in. With the local hospital in mind, perhaps when you work for, locate the mission, vision, and values statement of that hospital. After you identify the professional ethics code and the hospital mission, vision, and values statements relevant to your work and interests, it may be useful to complete the following. Identify which item in the ethical code you believe is the most important and explain why. Name something in the code you would like to see addressed in more depth. Why? Which item in the code do you think would be the most challenging to follow and why? Does your code make an explicit distinction between what is legal and what is ethical? That is the code clear that, while an action may be illegal, it may not be ethical? Finally, how well does your professional code of ethics align with the mission and values statement of your hospital? Can you imagine a situation in which following one would make it challenging to follow the other? Instructions. For this assessment you will apply some concepts we have learned in the course, particularly those relating to the basic principles of healthcare ethics, professional codes of ethics, and values of healthcare institutions. Write a paper that answers the following questions as it relates to the Tonya Archer case study. What are the most relevant end-of-life issues in healthcare ethics as they relate to this case? What should the hospital do? Should doctors simply keep Tonya on life support, as the parents want? Or, since all medical evidence indicates that Tonya's brain damage is permanent, should life support be removed? Support your answer with the following considerations in mind. Explain which principles of healthcare ethics and which moral theory are the best philosophical foundations for your view. Is your view supported by your professional code of ethics? If so, explain how. If not, explain what your code gets wrong about a case like this. Is your view consistent with the mission statement and values of the hospital you identified in your independent research you conducted to prepare to complete this assessment? Would an accrediting body, like the Joint Commission, support your choice? Why or why not? Submission requirements. Your paper should meet the following requirements. Written communication. Written communication is free of errors that detract from the overall message. APA formatting. Resources and citations are formatted according to current APA style and formatting guidelines. Refer to evidence and APA for guidance. Length. 2-3 typed, double-spaced pages. Font and font size. Times New Roman, 12 point. Thanks for watching.